In today's session, we'll be showing you how to leverage AI to automate lead qualification. In the competitive world of real estate, every minute counts, so qualifying leads manually can be a time-consuming task taken away from valuable time you could be spending with serious buyers and sellers. By the end of this session, you'll be equipped to build your own lead qualification chatbot and start nurturing those promising connections. So welcome to day 32 in this series. Today we're going to talk about the challenge session. Today is a challenge session. The idea is to get you to focus on automating something, a task within your business within the next 7 days. So the whole idea is to try and get you to see the benefits of AI in your business as we go through the different sessions. So today, the task that I've picked, which I believe would apply to most real estate companies, is lead qualification. What does lead qualification mean? This is essentially qualifying every contact or every client that comes into your business or shows interest in something that you have to sell to them. As we go through the slides today, you'd understand a lot better why it is important for you to qualify the leads and why it will save you so much more time and provide you with a lot more focus on winning deals rather than chasing the random generic client. So what is a sales qualification process? It's a sequence of sales related events with a clear predetermined criterion for identifying leads that are a good fit for what you are offering. So as an example, you do want to find out if somebody who's responded to your advert or someone who receives one of your outbound communications is the right person to move on to the next stage of doing a viewing. If you spend most of your time going through the different clients and different leads without pre-qualifying them, you'd find that you spend a lot more of your time chasing the people who are not the right fit for the property you are selling. So there are four main leads qualification frameworks that most organizations rely on in order to pre-qualify their leads. The first is BANT. It's an acronym. The B stands for budget, A for authority, N for needs, and T for timeline. So you'd ask questions around those sorts of points to determine how qualified that lead is or how ready that lead is to be converted. So I'll talk about the three others, which all revolve around the similar concept. You're just trying to get as much information up front to determine if that lead is worth moving on to the next stage of your funnel or of your onboarding process. And even if they do move on to the next phase, where would they end up? Would they end up on the flow that applies to those who need to be put forward for viewings, or do they end up on the pile that would receive some nurturing emails and require a bit more communication before they get to the point where they are ready to convert or make a purchase? So GPCTBA/CNI has goals, plans, challenges, timelines, budget, authority, consequences, and implications. So if you can apply all of these to the particular question at hand. So what is their goal? What do they want to achieve through their next purchase? What are their plans? What challenges do they currently have? What's their timeline? What's their budget? Do they have the authority to make that decision? And are there any consequences for making a decision either way? And what are the implications? Now, some of these frameworks would apply better to other types of businesses, but the whole concept applies across the board. So CHAMP is challenges, authority, money, prioritization. MEDIC is metrics, economic buyer, decision criteria, decision process, identify pain, and champion. So all these refer to the lead information to be collected. So for example, following the BANT framework, you'd collect the leads information about their budget, authority, needs, and timeline. So here are some typical questions you'd want to ask as part of your lead qualification, and these you can put into your chatbot and get your chatbot to answer these questions. give each answer a score, and based on the final score determine if they are qualified to go on to speak to an agent or be booked on to do a viewing. So first is, what problem are you trying to solve? Are you trying to buy or sell, rent, or are you desperate to move, or are you doing it for someone else? Secondly, why are you interested in this property? What is your current situation? Is the property fit for your current needs? Third, do you have another property to sell? If so, why are you selling? Does that property need to sell first before you can complete on the new purchase? And what is the situation there? Is there a chain? Is someone already in place to purchase the property you have to sell? So these are questions you can ask up front. And how big is your family? So this question will help you determine if that person should be purchasing a house or a flat, or even if it's a house, how big a house should they be looking at? And this one is, you're almost guessing to see if they are looking at the right properties to meet their criteria based on experience. And the final one's the budget. If the property is too expensive, then there's no point moving them on to doing a viewing. But if they say their budget is within range and they're able to fund it, then yes. Another one you might want to ask is, do you have a pre-approved mortgage or an agreement in principle? So that would also help you make a decision. So what's the power of lead qualification? Firstly, is if your leads are qualified beforehand, it frees you or your agents to focus your time and energy on leads who are likely to convert. It helps improve your conversion rates. So if you're getting people who are closer to being closed, then your conversion rate would be high, maybe in the high 70s and 60s. And the final ones, it provides valuable insights into your ideal client profile. So this ideal client profile is something that has come up quite a few times through the series, and it's really there and designed to help you focus your sales efforts, your marketing efforts, and help you target the right demographic. The challenges that you'd have if you decide to qualify all your leads manually is it's incredibly inefficient. So manually qualifying them means that you have to phone each and every single lead, and you'd be speaking to unqualified leads more often than you'd realize. And the time you spend speaking to an unqualified lead is the time you could have spent speaking to a lead that's more likely to convert. And then subjectivity. If the qualification process is not objective, so based on the same sets of questions applied to every single client and the same scoring method and everything's identical, then qualifying a lead is then based on almost guesswork and based on the opinion of the agent who spoke to that lead. And multiple agents would have multiple different views on different things, and you find that there might be some bias that creeps in as a result. And the last one is, you can't really scale to hundreds and thousands of leads if everything has to be done manually, and there's no personalization there. There's nothing to give the client the impression that whatever they're being presented with is actually bespoke and customized to them and considers their specific circumstances. So let me introduce you to AI chatbots for leads qualification. Now, I picked the chatbot option because that's one of the easiest to understand. It's also one of the simplest to deploy initially. There is a lot of design work that has to go in the background to create the conversations, the scoring of the leads, and the presentation of the different property types as it goes through the process of being qualified. So some of the benefits are that the chatbot is there 24/7. They can qualify the lead at midnight, the same way it qualifies the lead at lunchtime, anytime, anywhere. Then you can have automated conversation flows to gather all of this information and make it quite seamless. Maybe click button for some answers rather than getting the lead to type the answers each time. And it qualifies these leads based on predefined criteria. And in addition to ourselves, AutoReader AI, there are other examples where you can get the same solution, like Lift.ai and Landbot. They're good alternatives. So building your ideal client profile, this ICP. So what do you need to have in place in order to know that you have the right client or you're targeting the right demographic? So firstly, define your target audience. What's their budget supposed to be? What property types should they be looking for? And what is their ideal purchase timeline? Second, identify key qualifying criteria, like should they have a pre-approval in place or an agreement in principle? What's their urgency level? Should they need to move within the next 4 weeks? Is that a desperate situation that you want, or you want a client that can take their time 3 months before they're ready to move, and their area of choice? So you can use this profile to guide the chatbot's conversation and use it to score your clients. So building your chatbot, the first thing is there are quite a few free tools that you can use. So for the likes of ManyChat, BotPress, VoiceFlow, they give you enough functionality to begin with so that you can work out how the solution works and if it applies neatly to your solution. They provide you freemium plans. You can use a freemium plan to begin with. And then the final ones, you need to make sure that whatever tool you do decide to go with, it would integrate neatly with your CRM, your website, or your messaging channels like WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook Messenger. So if you want to craft your conversation flow, use decision trees. So utilize decision trees to create a branching conversation flow. So I'd already mentioned that when a lead comes in, you'd want to know if they should be going straight to viewing and speaking to an agent, or they should be put in a pile that receives further emails to nurture them till they're ready. And ask qualifying questions to assess their fit. You can adopt some of the examples we've already mentioned in the previous slide, and you can direct qualified leads to the appropriate actions. So you can schedule a call or request a bit more information. So in conclusion, you do want to leverage AI to win more deals. AI chatbots will streamline lead qualification and save you a lot of time, save your agents a lot of time. Focus on nurturing the high potential leads who are ready to convert, and improve your conversion rates and close more deals. That's what this game is about. And I hope you join us in this challenge and apply this solution or a solution to your business. And if you have, share it in the comment section. Let us understand what's going on and how you are harnessing the AI solutions that currently exist. So it leaves us to say, partner with us. We are AutoRead.ai. We provide these chatbot solutions, any automation needs that you have, consulting on AI solutions. And you can reach us on our website, AutoRead.ai, or send us an email on uwa@autori.ai. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time,
Chatbot.
keep hustling.